simple, just follow the steps. Then go back over to YouTube and hit sign in. And you want to sign in with that Google account information. Next up, you're going to click the user icon, and in the drop-down menu, hit My Channel. So if you've never done this before, you're going to get a pop-up box where you can name your channel. Now, you can name your channel after yourself, or you can use a business name. The next step is you're going to need to plan your video and gather everything you need for it. So if you're going to be doing content marketing like I do here, you may want to have some bullet points handy that you can refer to. Or if you're sharing with the world your favorite chicken recipe, you want to make sure you have the ingredients. So you get the idea. Just know what your video is going to be about and get everything you need before you get started. Step number 3 is the fun step. Get your camera and get rolling. Now, you may not have any fancy video equipment on hand, but that's okay. Just use your smartphone, maybe you have a DSLR, and use that because that's what you have on hand now, and that's just fine. Maybe down the road you want to invest in some more expensive equipment, but right now it's cool. It's your first YouTube video. The most important thing is that you're actually doing it. Step number 4 is to upload your video. So head on over to YouTube, click that upload button, and this window will pop up. Now you can have your video be published immediately as soon as it's done uploading, or you can schedule it to be published at a later date. So select your video and then just sit back and wait for it to finish upload and processing. This can take a few minutes. Step number 5 is to optimize your video. This makes it easy for YouTube to know what your video is about so people can find you on YouTube, and this is a really important step. So you want to give your video a title that is really obvious. There's no reason to be clever here because you want your title to be literally what people are typing into the search bar on YouTube. You also want to take advantage of the description box where you can type in a little paragraph about what your video is about. This tells the viewer and YouTube what content is included in your video. The next thing you want to do is type in all relevant keywords into the tags fields. Now, YouTube gives you 500 characters to play with, and I tell you, use all of them because this is the #1 way to tell YouTube what your video is about and to help it get found by your viewership. Trust me, do not skip any of these optimization steps. The most important thing is that your video gets found by an audience of people you don't know on YouTube, and the only way to make it happen is to use the tools that YouTube delivers to you to make your video easily searchable. So there you have it, 5 steps to creating your first YouTube video. It's a really exciting journey. I can speak about it from experience. If you're interested in more great tips for creating videos for your business, make sure you subscribe to my channel and ring that bell. I'll see you next week.
Welcome to the complete tutorial on how to film, edit, and upload a YouTube video from scratch, step by step. Buckle your seatbelts and get ready because maybe you want to grab a journal to write something. If you're shooting videos on your phone or if you got your gear with you, gather it up, grab something to drink because in this video, I am going to be walking you through how to prepare your gear and do your camera settings and shoot a YouTube video that gets views. We're going to talk about thumbnails and doing thumbnail photography and how to edit your thumbnails, how to step-by-step edit your videos, and then upload them on YouTube in the most comprehensive free tutorial on how to create YouTube content online, period. And in between each part of this 4-part mega video, I'm gonna be answering the top questions from the Think Media community about each of these topics. But if we're just meeting, my name is Sean Cannell. I'm the author of YouTube Secrets, and my passion is helping purpose-driven people build their influence with online video. But now it's time to start with part 1 of setting up our gear and filming our YouTube video. So buckle your seatbelts and let's just jump into it. When you're getting started in video, it can be frustrating because there's a lot to learn when it comes to the camera settings and what gear do you need. So in this video, I'm going to be going through step by step how to create a YouTube video with the gear that I'm using, the exact settings on this Canon M50, but it'll be relevant for any kind of DSLR or mirrorless camera that you're using, and then ultimately how to edit and put it all together coming up. Hey Hey, what's up? Sean Cannell here, and this is Think Media, bringing you the best tips and tools for building your influence with online video. And on this channel, we do a lot of tech gear reviews as well as strategy videos on how to build your influence with social media. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. But hey, we're starting a 4-part series where we're going to be going through how to shoot a great YouTube video with a DSLR or a mirrorless camera like the Canon M50 or the SL2. I'm going to be talking about how to shoot thumbnails and go from shooting the photos to editing them, then how to edit the video and then also upload it. So we're going to take you concept to completion of creating YouTube content. So let's just dive into it right now with the gear we're going to use to create this video. So for the first part, let's get started with the exact gear we're using. And actually, we just put together a brand new guide that you can grab at thinkgearguide.com, where we'll list out everything. I'll link to that in the description. But our main camera for this shoot is the Canon M50. And the reason I love this camera is because at around $600 with the kit lens, it's really the best all-around camera for YouTube in my opinion still. I mean, with the flip screen and the mic input, and we'll talk about some of those things. But in the gear guide, we cover all types of different cameras for different budgets, so definitely check that out. But for the gear we're using, we've got the camera. The main lens I'm gonna be using for the video I'm creating for my other channel, Sean Thinks, is the 11-22 lens because it's wide, really good for small and tight shots to get a really wide shot and good for vlogging. Using a Tascar shotgun mic right on top here. A little bit later in the shoot, we'll use this Boya mic. And then I also have the kit lens. We're not really gonna be using that today, but we are gonna be using our 22mm pancake lens a little bit later on for a nice crispy shot with a blurry background. And then finally, I've got a K&F Concept tripod here that I'm gonna be using because I'm gonna be creating this video as a solo creator, like many of us are in the Think community, right?